Okay, so the exercise that I'm going to progress through the OPT model is the jump squat. So I will progress this plyometric exercise through the stabilization phase, the strength phase, and the power phase. I will describe each exercise and what to keep in mind when you're performing the movement, and then I'll actually perform the movement after I do the explanation. So the first one we're going to start with is the jump squat with stabilization, and this would be in the stabilization phase. So you will have your feet shoulder width apart with your hips in neutral position, your toes in the midline of your knees in the midline of your toes, with your arms by your side. From here, you're going to sit down you're going to squat down as if you're sitting in a chair. And as you're moving down into this position, make sure your knees are not extending over your toes. So from here, you're in the squat position, and you're going to jump up, and then you're going to land softly with your ankles, knees, and hips flexed, keeping proper alignment of your upper torso. And you're going to hold for 3 to 5 seconds. So from here, I'm going to jump up. My ceilings are pretty low, so I can't do exactly the exertion I would, but you'll jump up with your arms overhead. You're going to land, making sure those knees are are not extending over the toes, and you're going to hold and stabilize for 3 to 5 seconds. The next exercise is going to be the same exercise, the jump squat, but it's going to be the strength phase, and so you're going to do the same movement. However, you're going to do it in a repetitive motion at a medium tempo. So again, you're going to start with your feet shoulder width apart, your hips in neutral position, your knees in midline with your toes. You're going to squat down, making sure those knees don't extend over the toes, and then you're going to jump up, raise your arms overhead, and then land softly with your knees, ankles, and hips slightly flexed, maintaining your upper alignment, and you're going to land squatting down, and then you're going to do that over and over and over again. So I'm just going to show you that movement from here and not explain as I go through the movement. So the last exercise that I'm going to demonstrate is again the same exercise, the jump squat, except moving it to the power level of stage of the OPT model, where again you're performing that same movement, but you're doing it at your maximal exertion and at a fast tempo. So it's going to be similar to the strength level of the exercise, but it's going to be at a much faster tempo. So again, you start with feet shoulder width apart, feet pointing forward, knees in line with the mid toe, and then we're going to squat down, making sure those knees don't extend over the toes, and then you're going to jump up as hard as you can, and then you're going to do the exercise in a fast motion. I'm not going to raise my arms that high over in here because of my ceiling, and it makes it a little difficult for me to fully do the exercise, so I apologize for that. But you would do this at a fast tempo and as much as you possibly can at your maximal strength. So I will perform the exercise now. So those are the 3 progressions of the OPT model, and using the jump squat to demonstrate how you would use that with a client as you progress them through the OPT model.